My weekly analysis. Last week was a very volatile week with the drop of the US dollar. Let's see what happens next week, if the dollar will stabilize or regain some momentum. After all, the economy in the US is doing pretty good and the rate hike just happened. So with that being said, a stronger dollar would be a scenario, but then again, a further decline is also a scenario. After all, we're in Forex, we're in trading, everything can happen. We trade possibilities and we cannot predict the future. So we have to be prepared for every swing that we see. Starting off, my watch list. Events like last week often make me, I have to make some adjustments. Probably also in my watch list. So let me check out the coming week where I will be trading mostly. For now, Adidas. No, nothing possible in Adidas. Pretty obvious. This is the bigger trend line. For now, let me move this one. We don't need that one for now. So just looking at price action, maybe I wanted to see something in the relative strength index. That's it. Okay, well, relative strength. Oh, one is enough. Relative strength index, momentum is high, that's a fact, and we see that over here. Let's move to the 4-hour. Let us see what we see over here. We see some divergence on the 4-hour because these highs do not compare to these highs over here. So there is some divergence. I think momentum is fading because we have seen a very strong move on great earnings on Adidas, but to make a long story short, I think this rally to the upside is already taking a breather over here. The way I want to trade this is come back to this trend line and over here reconsider to go long to get at least 10 points when we bounce off this trend line and move back up. But we are waiting for a pullback on this one. Next one, Volkswagen. I pointed it out last week. This is some part of the analysis. This is actually the analysis. What happened in Volkswagen is this huge decline, this huge downtrend, and right now we are actually right on the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement. So we have to see a bounce from here to not make this a downtrend any further. I think this correction has been taken long enough, so we need to get back to this trend line, and when we do, we really need a convincing trend line break to trade this. So let's keep an eye out on this one. I will definitely, I think I'll set an alarm around here. So now I will be alerted once price breaks this trend line around this price level. When it comes back to this price level, I will be alerted. So that's, for me, it's a great way to monitor my my trading. Next one, Alibaba has been ranging for quite some time. Even this false breakout, it continued to range trade. It is getting out of this range, but not really that convincing, if you ask me. Maybe we can still call this a range trade, but the range has moved. Maybe that's a scenario we are seeing right here. So not entering this one right here, but of course when this one comes down there will be opportunities to enter and go long again with, of course, your close stop below. Let's first go to the stocks for now. Facebook is not interesting at the moment. Oh, yeah, Netflix. Netflix has been rallying. They broke this decline trend line. Let's remove these to keep the chart clean. I don't need this one actually. So price is in this zone. I think we can trade this one the same as we did Alibaba, because we are seeing a range that is shifting a little bit higher. So I would consider to take a trade in this one as well, but we have to first see a potential move back down to re-enter, so we don't go long in this area. Okay, that's it for now. In stocks, I have one final stock that I want to talk to you guys about, and that's this one. I think I pointed it out yesterday in my review. Finally, after ranging to the upside for a long time, we see a correction in IBM, which is great because it touches this trend line, and it looks like it needs to turn around, of course, to give us a nice move of 8 points or something. But I think this move is not over yet, so I want to see some consolidation down here and a strong move away from this level. Let's see what happens. So keep your eyes open for IBM as well. Then we switch to the forex pairs with a short stop over here. Like I said, the dollar has been taken quite a beating. It all depends. There will be some nice opportunities to the upside again, or the downside, depending on which currency pair you're trading. I would like to see a bounce of this this price. I'm not feeling it that the dollar is this in this big of a correction. So I think there is a little more room to the 99.8 level for the dollar. Of course, this level, when this breaks, we will see some more downward momentum, but let's see what happens. That being said, on the US dollar, we were trading US dollar Swiss franc. The break, of course, the same break. We are entering a trend line on the bigger time frame now. Price seems to react over there as well. Let's not forget this obvious trend line over here, a little lower. That's where we are at right now as well. So this is kind of a cluster. That's the way I sometimes call this. To me, this is a cluster. Why? Because we are near a trend line. We are near a very obvious support and resistance line. So that's two clues why price could be bouncing. But there are also a lot of clues. The break of this low, the break of this low. We're very close to this low as well. So I would like to see. Let me switch to the 4-hour chart. Actually, what I want to see is maybe a continuation of this, then probably another pullback down. I want to see a first higher high. That's actually in price action what I'm looking for. I want to connect this line to some high over here, and if we do, we will be the high that needs to be still needs to be formed over here can be connected in here. So this will give us a pattern that price is changing. Don't forget, if price turns around, we are running into this area pretty soon, which is very important to be watching. Then again, let's point that one out as well. Maybe we can show that on the daily. If this scenario does not happen and we break this trend line and we break the support over there as well, then there is another scenario, and that's this one. First, we will have some trouble coming through this area, and eventually there is nothing that's holding this one back to go all the way down. So let's see. We don't know that it's weekend. We don't know what the markets will do tomorrow. Well, the initial plan, the initial idea was that this pattern would have continued to the downside. Well, to not make things more confusing than they became last week, let's get this one off, because this is most definitely not a opportunity anymore for now. We are trading in this This area over here, no, let me point that out a little different. We are trading in this obvious zone again. We're back up here, so another move could be in. Then we will test the previous high that was up here. So same goes here. The same story as we were talking about in the in the US dollar Swiss franc. That one needs to go up. If it doesn't, we have a lot of potential to the downside. This is the other way around. It's not US dollar Swiss franc, but it's Australian dollar US dollar. So this one will be going down if the dollar regains his strength. Maybe it's just a shake off, maybe it's just a reaction, maybe the big market makers are pricing themselves in the market with a better price. So if people start to get back in and the bears are starting to push this one lower, that's a scenario. But for now, look at this zone. Will we break through? Will we continue? This is our first resistance. That's very important to watch. Maybe price will bounce off of that, but the problem with these kinds of charts is that these kinds of lines distort your information. Like what's happening here, this is not giving us any signals. Then this happens, and now we start to get some signals. Why? Because we are seeing higher lows, for example, 1, 2, and then over here we could have continued that channel. Here the same thing. We connect those highs. We started to see a trend up. Well, once this level broke, and this level broke as well, then we got some nice potential to the downside. You know, that's the way we want to see patterns. We don't have any pattern here. We need to see a new high or a new low or some kind of pattern. We do not have that right now, and we don't have that on the 4-hour chart as well. Well, we have it a little bit. If this level breaks, so maybe we can make this one a little bit smaller. If this level breaks, we have some more potential to the downside. From here on out, we will have some more potential into this first move over here. This is pretty obvious head and shoulders, by the way. But that being said, if it doesn't, price will continue to go up. Then we have, I will show you the euro dollar, which is showing us a pretty obvious pattern, and that is that these highs are connecting with each other, and we are seeing a pretty obvious move up. Big candles, big moves. So this is an upward channel. If I would trade this one to the upside, I would like to see price retrace, not all the way to the trend line, I think, because if it does, it will break this low and break this support resistance area. So that's not really the place to be. Let's put in a moving average to get some more information. Okay. Oh, well, moving average is not really giving us that clear information. Oh, a little bit, but not at the moment. I thought maybe a break or a bounce off this trend line would give us an entry. It doesn't. So what I'm gonna draw in is this low. If this one holds, I think there's more upward momentum, and of course this trend line will act as a bounce off moment as well. For now, not the ideal place to get long, but I think maybe the dollar has some more in it. Maybe this one gives us some information about the strength of that up move. Does it? It shows us a little divergence, so you know, by the end of the week, a little divergence. So maybe the strength to the upside is already fading. Then again, be very careful. Reversals back around don't just happen right away. So US dollar and the euro, I don't know. We need some more information next week to get a clear pattern on this one. Then to another forex pair, that is the Australian dollar against New Zealand dollar. Also over here we can see some divergence from here on out. So these moves all don't really. It looks like momentum is already fading, but of course we need a retest of this line, maybe a potential head and shoulder pattern or something else to trade this. If you want to trade this, I would take a close look at this channel. Let's see what that will give you for nice opportunities, or maybe this will be a nice range to trade for the next week. Not really expecting a huge trend or a move down or whatever. If it does, of course, this level over here is all about, you know, if we need to break this level first. Actually, we need to break this level first, and after that we get another one. You know, there's a lot of resistance back down here. Australian Swiss franc. This is technically still in a down move. A very important pattern to be watching is this horizontal trend line, and of course this high doesn't can be broken. If it does, we are in another move, a move lower. Bounce off this trend line maybe will bring us lower. This trend line has to be taken out to continue to the downside. That's a scenario for this one. Break this one, break that one, and then of course we're back here. But there are some opportunities in this one. I'm still watching this one to the downside as well. Let me see if we maybe can draw in a make this a channel. It's pretty high. Not liking this. No, not liking this. Doesn't give us any clear information. So I want to see this one on the daily, because on the daily we are seeing that there is still, you know, this rally up got corrected pretty fast, and then again we are back up. So there's a lot of fighting going on between the bulls and the bears over here. Like I pointed out, we are always looking for clues in trading. So these were the clues of this down move. A lot of these things are not on the card anymore with the recent developments. So let's get that out of here. So let's see what happens on this one as well. Like I said, I want to put on one more because we were not trading this yet. Let's go to the daily chart. This is the US dollar Singapore dollar, which has been moving in a downward trend as well for quite a long time. The dollar correction didn't quite catch up with this one. This was a trend line as well. So that being said, this seems to be a pretty, of course it is, because this previous low can be broken. If this is kind of the same thing, you know, we see the big bearish bar, the red bar. Price is all about the dollar correction from last week. We need more price action to confirm if this one will go up or will go down. So I think that's all. Last but not least, I want to cover again one of my hot picks for this year, and that is, here it is, Shopify. Great move. It's just 60 bucks this stock. So if this one goes into a correction, the low is at 58.7. This just 10 points. This I like this trade. I traded a lot. I traded this is the daily chart, and when I switch to the 4-hour chart, every pullback I see here, I start entering. When I see areas like this, I scalp points, 60, 61, 61, 62, just like that. I think I went short for just 1 point from 67 to 66 over here. I also have one ready for the other way around. I'm trading this, I'm scalping this to cover some costs. This is of course a trend line that needs to be strong. If it breaks, we have more potential to the downside, and then we have this low in here as well, and this resistance as well. So this is quite a zone that will be hard to break. Let me explain how I trade, how I scalp these kinds of stocks in another video. Could be interesting. I do not see that much of convincing opportunities for next week, so maybe it will be a quiet week. Maybe we need some more dust to settle after the US shake-up. But as always, I am not I'm not happy with less opportunity, so I will be looking for a nice technical pattern, maybe in a different forex pair or something else. But let me keep you guys posted for next week. Happy trading.